Hello to whoever is online. I'm just going to wait one more minute until 5:30. Oh, another person's joined. Hello, whoever you are. Just going to wait till 5:30. Thought I'd jump on a minute before. Hello, hello, lovely ones. Hello, hello, hello. 5:30, here we go. Beautiful. My name's Francesca. I have no idea where to look. This is really funny. I taught at the yoga room before all this stuff happened, and then all this stuff happened, and technology wasn't working for a little bit for me, and now I'm back. So I don't know if I know any of you who are online at the moment, but hello. This evening I'm going to take you through a slow flow for like half an hour, and then we're going to go into conscious meditative rest, Yoga Nidra. So make sure that you've got some bits and pieces around you. So I'm not going to have them in display just now, but I will be bringing them in. So just make sure you've got like a pillow or some sort of cushion that you can put under your knees, a blanket. Maybe you want a thin blanket or a thin cushion underneath your head, but it's not mandatory. It's just something that can feel quite nice. And something cushiony for your knees, my lovelies. So I practice on my lovely Moroccan rug and my sheepskin. I have quite sensitive knees and hips, so I don't really practice with mats at home. But if you are practicing with a mat, beautiful. Just make sure you've got like a cushion or a blanket, something thick for underneath your knees, because with the slow flow, we're not going to be doing too many standing postures. It will be a lot of being quite close to the ground, because Lord, do we need grounding right now. So welcome to those who are just joining. There's a link to the playlist in the comments box below. There's two links, or maybe there's one and then a little note. The first link is for the flow element. And then the second link, which is a song by Moby called LA6. It's a really beautiful ambient long track for the Yoga Nidra, and we'll be playing that on repeat, but I'll cue that later. So for the beginning of practice, my lovelies, I'd like you to come down onto your backs. And this class, I'm calling it a lake of love. I've got my lovely ocean print that a friend got me from Japan a while ago, and we're just about to go into the solstice. We're moving into the archetype of Cancer, which is water, emotion, and the divine feminine and the great mother. So it is just about really that emotional healing. So we're going to come down to a soft surface, just reclining on your back, taking the soles of the feet to the ground, my lovelies, and just notice here how the soles of my feet are not up at my seat bones as it would be in bridge. They're further away, and my knees are falling in towards each other like a little pyramid. I let my hands rest by my sides. Or if you choose to, you can have your hands on your ribcage. And just take a moment here. So I'll demonstrate the entry points to some postures or all the way through. I'd love you to tune into the sense of listening more than looking. Because when we are in the realms of the emotional body, it's about attuning our senses to feeling as opposed to seeing. So if you can begin to drop your eyes to close. And become aware of the sounds that your field of awareness is sensing. Become aware of the energy fields of sound. Perhaps there's the sound of nature in your awareness, maybe a bird or the sound of the wind. Let that be your entry point of meditation, of concentration, of dharana. And now begin to attune your awareness to the feeling of your breath underneath your ribcage. If you're feeling quite heady today, that gentle invitation to have your hands on your ribs is such a beautiful way to connect to a sense of embodiment, of being in the body, of feeling connected to the body. And I want you to imagine that your breath is the ocean. Not so much an audible breath, but the feeling of waves undulating underneath the skin, expanding the rib cage, the chest, on the front body and the rib cage and the back of the body, the shoulder blades. There's a slight lifting of the belly also on the inhales. And then a relaxing down and in on the exhales. Now, my lovelies, I invite you to begin to dial up your imagination. So really sitting us in that seat, because Yoga Nidra, I use a lot of visualization and imagination. And I want us to begin to feel into that powerful tool of creativity by harnessing our mind to healing. So I want you to imagine now that you are floating on a morning lake. There is the element of sun that is touching the upper body. So the upper chest, the face, the belly. I want you to feel hot in a very soothing way. And I want you to begin to reach your knees up towards your torso. So the feet are floating. Then reach your hands up towards the sky. I'm demonstrating this if you need a visual. And then reach your legs up to the sky. The knees can be deeply bent here. And we're just allowing the lymphatic system to drain, sending blood to the heart and the head. Begin to tenderly spiral through your ankles and your wrists, imagining that you are now swimming in this lake of love. You can always breathe. Your head is above water, but the rest of your body is submerged in water. Really soothing, crystalline, clear water. Take the spirals in the other direction. Now imagining that there's these beautiful like golden bracelets on your ankles and your wrists. And if you're familiar with swimming, I'm not the best swimmer, but I do like to swim in lake water. It's something that makes me feel safe because I can see where I'm going. I want you to begin to imagine that you're doing like a very subtle breaststroke. So I'm demonstrating if you need a visual again. So the feet and the hands reach up to the sky. And as you exhale, the knees go wide, the elbows drop down to the earth and the knees bend. The body is working in one beautiful range of motion. Inhaling, reaching. Exhaling, softening. This time I really want you to imagine that you're wading through the water. So there's a sense of resistance with your arms and your legs. Inhaling to reach up. I've got a lovely view of my skylight. Exhale. So I want you to take in your surroundings as you do this. Perhaps you can see the leaves of the trees outside or a houseplant. I want you to really feel and take yourself into nature. Take yourself into that visualization of the lake. For me, this lake is in a forest surrounded by mountains. One more like this, beauties. Reaching up and then exhale as the elbows drop and the knees go wide, and then in, just take a bind of your hands around your shin bones. If this is too much for you and your hip flexors are tight, take a bind behind your kneecaps. And then let your knees fall to one side, tenderly rocking from side to side. The heels are flopping down towards the seat bones. And it's just like this lovely restorative happy baby vibe. Let's together reach one arm up behind us. It relaxes onto the ground, and then we tenderly roll to that side as if we're coming out of Shavasana. So take a moment here. Breath in and a breath out. Starting to press into the hands, the head is gazing at the earth, so there's as little effort as possible to take us up to seated. Let's come on to our knees, my lovelies. And take a moment here. So you can either be on your knees, or if kneeling doesn't work for you, absolutely fine to be cross-legged. Take a moment to place a hand onto your heart space and another hand on top of that hand. And I want you to begin to feel into the eyes of your heart. That might sound a bit esoteric, but we're actually going to do that with the physical body now. So if you take a mudra, I'm going to come closer so you can see. If you take a mudra like this, it's like a diamond shape, and bring it in front of your heart space. So there's like a little vacuum here. And I want you to imagine that whatever you're working with in your life right now, whatever is coming up for you, making a really delicate intention to see it through the eyes of compassion, see it through the eyes of a deep understanding, a deeper understanding. And through empathy. And that might bring up a bit of resistance, but just know that that resistance is energy that can be felt and moved. All right, my darlings, bring your prayer to your heart and just bow down into that intention. And you can play your playlist now if you want to, or if you've already started to. Go ahead and play that. The first song, I think it's called Strung Out. Okay, so I'm going to be checking time because this is my first time offering slow flow and Nidra in a while, and it's one of my biggest passions. So we're going to flow for like the next 17, 18 minutes, and then we're going to come down to Yoga Nidra. So if you guys could find yourself in one of 3 iterations, so I'm going to give different levels for different bodies, because this is a beginner's friendly practice. So you're going to have one of your feet, I'm not going to say left or right because it can get confusing online, especially because when I can't see you. So one of your feet are going to be out front with the knee bent, and that's going to act like a lovely kind of second spine for you. And then your other foot, the knee's going to be bent and the heel's going to come in towards your root. If this is too much for you and the knee is really high of the back foot, you can bring that foot further forward so the sole of the foot is kind of connected to the inner part of the grounded foot. Or if you like kneeling, you can kneel on the heel of the back foot. That is my preference, so that's what I'm going to take. So choose your medicine, feel in, and then start to wrap your hands, your arms around that front knee. So you're bringing your prayer into your heart center. So you're using the inner part of your elbow around that knee, pushing the knee into the elbow crease. And that is allowing you, I'll give you the side view. So before, when I wasn't kind of activating through the elbow crease, when I do, I push the knee in and draw the elbow back. It allows my spine to elevate a bit. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Just breathing into your heart's intention that you set for your practice, or just something in your life that you want to soften around. And Cancerian energy is really about that deeply kind of maternal energy. So it might be that you want to connect more with Mother Nature. Beautiful. And from here, I want you to inhale, open up like a lotus, fingertips come forward, and then open your arms out wide as if you're saying yes to all of life, all of the paradoxes, all of the joy, all of the pain, just opening up to that from a really grounded seat. Take a slow breath in, lift your chin, my loves. And then as you exhale, I want you to windmill one hand down, softening into the elbow. So remember, we're floating in water. And then gliding as if you're gliding that lake water behind you, like wading in it like a backstroke. Inhale. Look across your body. And then exhale. Swirl your hands through that crystalline water. Take it all the way up, across and over. Glide it over your ear. Inhale. Opening it behind you and back. Exhale. So move with resistance. You're moving through water, so there is some resistance here. Take it all the way over these beautiful shoulder openings. Inhale. One more time, angels. And then exhale. Sweep it across and over. And then place the hand down onto the earth. And you're taking a little bow, either over that kneeling leg or that little bent knee in towards your root. Take a few wave-like breaths here. Really feeling the wave-like motion of your breath underneath your skin. Beautiful. Windmill the arms to open. Inhale it wide. I'm going to get a little bit experimental here. So take the hands behind you. Fingertips face forward. Or we're going to reveal the foot that was closest to our root or that we were kneeling on. So inhale, lift it up. The knee is floating, the toe is floating. Inhale, reach it up to the sky, point the toes. And then exhale, take it all the way out to the side. All the way out to the side in big circular motions, just like we did before. So the buttocks are off the ground. Inhale, up, around. Exhale, down and forward. One more like this. If you're shaking, me too. Look up to your toe. Exhale. It's really, really graceful, this movement. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bend the knee and slot it. Slot the calf across your thigh. Take the buttocks down and find seated pigeon. So I'm going to give you the side view. Fingertips come behind you, my darlings. Make sure your ankle bone, so the ankle bone on the outside of your ankle is not on your flesh, so glide your foot off. For those who feel quite sticky, walk your hands back and your front foot forward. And now radiate, instead of me pushing my knee forward, I'm going to send it to the side of the room to make space across the hip flexors and the groin. If you want to, you can walk the buttocks further forward, kind of really takes it into the glute. And maybe roll from side to side if this feels a little bit sticky. If you really kind of rounded through your chest and lost your breath, take a more spacious, longer stance where your hands are further away from your front foot. A little bit of fun. We're in the lake of love, and now we're going to be in a little boat. So interlace your fingers underneath your leg that's supporting you on the ground. Yeah? Interlace your fingers underneath it. Lean back and float the leg. Point the toes. And stay and smile and breathe. Or you reach your arms forward and really have that fun shake. So we're in a kind of Shavasana Pigeon. It's something I made up yesterday, which feels quite fun to me. Look up to the sky, looking through the eyes of love, even when it's gross. Got the sound of Southeast London outside my door. And then exhale. Bring the hands back underneath that thigh. Release the bind. Cross the ankles. Take the tops of the feet if this feels okay for your knees. Otherwise, swing to one side. And then bring it forward into all fours. If you need to spiral out through your wrists, do so. We warmed them up at the beginning of practice. Tuck your toes. And then lift up into a downward facing dog. We're just coming into the dog to reset, my lovelies. Somebody said hello in the comments, and I don't know who you are because you've got a funny YouTube name. You can always tell me at the end. Take some time in your dog, lovelies. So I'm not going to demonstrate anything because you're upside down. So feel in, pedaling through your legs. Maybe you're taking your toes to touch and dropping your hips in one direction as your knees drop to the other, just taking some juicy spinal twists there. So for those who are used to my practice, juiciness is a word I use a lot, and really what I'm referring to is stretching into your tissues, your fascia. This is where our emotions can get stuck if we don't stretch them. And they can turn into knots, or they can turn into moods that can turn into personalities. So just let yourself feel your emotions like a child. You know, they cycle through them really quickly because they don't dwell on them or hold them in. All right, my darlings. I want you to take a forward fold at the back of your mat. So we're in dog. And just walking one hand halfway up your mat, maybe another, and take a forward fold, a restorative version at the back of your mat. So your elbows are on your thighs. And I'm taking a real wide stance here, lovely. So it might even be mat distance that you take your feet. And then just drop your head and take a super supportive Uttanasana. If you want your fingertips to the ground, I'm just giving different variations for different ranges of motion. Maybe your fingertips come to the ground and you're bending into one knee and the other. And if you want to take it a stage further, some of you might have blocks. I have my blocks here, but they're not on display. I'll use them next time probably. Fingertips are on the earth. Notice how deeply, I'll take this top off so you can see, bending into my knees a lot, which really frees up any tension in my lower back because our hamstrings are attached to our seat bones in our pelvis. I'm going to walk my left fingertips quite far forward, bend into my left knee, lean forward, right hand goes on my lower back, rotate through center and take the right arm up to the sky. So that might look really different in your body. Good. It shouldn't look the same as mine. Take a couple of breaths here, and I want you to imagine that you're rippling that lake water of breath from your root all the way up to your crown. And then all the way back down again. Let's forward fold once again. Maybe there's a big sigh. And when you're ready, lovelies, find the twist on the other side. So there's a sense of yielding here. So Cancerian energy is very feminine, which is not a gendered thing. It's more about like, it's an archetypal energy. So we surrender into the right leg now. We surrender it down, which actually means that we root further into Mother Earth. Left hand goes on lower back, and that means we can receive a stretch through the left leg from surrendering the other side of the body. Maybe the left hand goes up to the sky. Take one more lake water rippling up each vertebrae breath. And then exhale down. Coming back into the forward fold when you feel ready. Walking back into your dog. And then dropping down onto all fours. Coming back into a kneeling position. We're going to get ready to move into the other side, my lovelies. So whichever side you didn't bring forward the last time, please bring that forward now. Your body should tell you if you were in your feeling space. And so you're going to either have the back foot right at your root, or you're going to bring the feet to kiss. So one of the knees is opening to the side, one of them is up to the sky, foot down, other one is on the edge. For me, I'm going to take the kneeling option, particularly for this hip because it's stiff. So we're here, wrap the arms around, using your front knee as a means of traction to elevate your spine. Take a couple of breaths here, connecting back to your heart's intention at the beginning of practice, your deepest heart's desire. Like, what do you want to bring in to the next 6 months? So eclipses really set in motion what's going to come for the next 6 months. So the solstice marks the turning point of the wheel of the year. And eclipses are kind of about letting go. The universe kind of just does things for you. So there's not really much that you need to do. You just need to feel and be present. All right, beauties. Inhale, expand that intention out. It might even be just to surrender. That might be your deepest heart's desire, or to trust. And then as you exhale, you windmill the opposite hand down. And you press away from that to take that back stroke with that upper limb. And the hands are the messengers of the heart. Take it all the way across and over the ear. The hands are the messengers of the heart. Inhale it, open it wide, back stroke. Exhale, sweep across as if you're skimming your fingers over the top of the lake. Maybe you're flickering your fingers a little bit as you do that. Good. Exhale. Take it across. Skim it over that lake water. What temperature is it? Inhale to open. Exhale, bring it across, and then we yield down, forward fold any amount. So if you're on your seat bones, you might be a bit higher. If you're kneeling, obviously there's more, the body's in a different position to drop down. Relax your head and relax your lower jaw and take a few breaths here in silence without instruction. The inhale travels us back up, arms wide, beauties. So yeah, maybe just surrendering to grace. For me, there's been so many times in my life where I'm like, are you serious? Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this thing. And then grace sweeps in. For example, this place, take your hands back to your heart. This home that I'm in, I got this a day before lockdown. And it's exactly what I'd been asking for, but I had no idea or how I was going to get it. And I poured my emotions out to somebody in my community, Cancerian energy. And then a week later, she said, this place is available. Do you want it? So that's what I mean about grace, just surrendering to our emotions and then letting grace come in. So walking the hands back behind you, whatever foot was near your root, reveal it up to the sky now. Slow motion, like you're lifting your leg above the water and you feel all the drips from the water drip down. Exhale, take it all the way wide. So imagine you're in a shallow part of the lake right now, maybe at the shore, and you're just playing on the edge of it. Inhale it up and around, like you're doing the breaststroke just with one leg. Inhale it up, have a laugh at yourself at how much you're shaking. And then exhale around and down. Inhale, one more time, lift your hips up, bend the knees, and find your bridge pigeon. So take your ankle bone off of your thigh. And then exhale, bring your seat down. I'll turn around so you have the visual. This is my tighter side, so I give a much more generous, longer stance between my front foot and my back and my hands. Magnetizing the knee to the side of your space. And feeling into any variations that you want to for the next few minutes, for a few moments. Again in silence. So we're in the buoyancy of the water. We become a little boat. Interlace your fingers around your lower hamstring. Lean back slightly onto your seat bones and float and point the elongated leg. Option to stay here. You're cradling that thigh. Beautiful. Option to reach your arms up and smile. Point the toes. Lift your heart. And play. Bring an element of lila in. It's Sanskrit for play. So playing in this lake of luminous love. Exhale, bring it back. And then release the bind. I'm going to give you an option to reset through a downward facing dog if you want to, before coming down for Yoga Nidra. That flew by. So reset however you want to reset. You're in the comfort of your own home, do your thing. And I'm going to take some of my props down now for Yoga Nidra. I'm going to take a cushion that's behind you guys to just give you an idea of how I do my Yoga Nidras, specifically in this space. So I was a bit naughty today and did a Yoga Nidra in bed on top of my duvet, which I thought, okay, that's my compromise. But what they say is that you should do it on the floor, obviously comfortable, so that you don't associate it with bed, because Nidra is about subconscious rest, so you want to be awake. You want to be awake for it. So I'm going to take my little pillow, and that's a tiny, but still supportive pillow for the base of my head. I've got my lovely rug and my sheepskin underneath, and then I'm going to place my blanket on top of me eventually. I've got my pillow or a cushion that I'm going to place underneath. I'll just show you what it looks like, because I'm not going to be lying down whilst I instruct you. I'm just going to give you a visual here, sweeties. So I've got my pillow underneath my knees. I get my blanket ready at the base of my feet. So all I do is roll down and slink my blanket back. And I make sure that my pillow is at the base of my skull. So there's a little space for my neck. And then I rest my hands, either traditional Yoga Nidra is hands away from the body, just like you would in Shavasana with the palms up, so signaling surrender. But if you feel like you want to connect to your body today and need that comfort of touching the breath. Something I often take as well is placing hands on ribs or lower belly, or maybe a hand on the heart, up to you. And usually I make up my own visualizations, but for the purposes of streaming online and not having done this on YouTube before, I've got a beautiful Yoga Nidra book that I'm going to read from for you. So settle yourselves, my lovelies. And I want you to create an intention for yourself, even say it out loud, like, I am doing Yoga Nidra, and very shortly, I will not move. Because when we are in Yoga Nidra states, we really need the body to be still for the medicine to work. So I am doing Yoga Nidra. Affirmations are so powerful, and I commit to the body being still. Okay. Take a slow breath in, beauties, and a slow breath out. So this is a Yoga Nidra for inner love. Relax your whole body. Breathe out all of your tensions and weariness. So you might even take a breath in, my lovelies, and then hold your breath at the top as you clench your fists, clench your toes, shrug your shoulders up, scrunch your face, hold your breath, and then exhale, slowly let it go. Feet, buttocks, hands, shoulders, face. You might do that once again. So you inhale, scrunch everything up, fists, face, shoulders, toes, even clench your buttocks. Hold your breath in, scrunch your face up real tight. And then exhale, let it go one by one. Feel that you're becoming very heavy. Become aware of the body parts, which I am naming, but do not move them. Just feel the parts and follow my voice. Try not to sleep. Become aware of the right hand. The right hand thumb, second finger, third, fourth, little finger. Your whole right hand. Whole right arm. Shoulder. Right side of the chest. Waist. Right hip. Whole right leg. Right foot. The toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 toes together. Now go to the left hand. Become aware of the left hand thumb. Second finger. Third. Fourth. Little finger. Whole left hand. Whole left arm. Shoulder. Left side of the chest. Waist. Hip. whole left leg, the left foot, the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 toes together. Feel the 2 feet together. The 2 legs together. The buttocks, stomach, chest, back, the 2 shoulder blades, the 2 arms, the neck, the head, scalp, forehead, eyes, right ear, left ear, nose, right cheek, left cheek, mouth, lips, tongue, teeth, chin, the whole face, the whole head, the whole neck, the whole back, the 4 limbs, the whole body, whole body, whole body. Feel the contact between your body and the floor. Be aware of the back of your head where it touches the floor. Back of your shoulders. Back of your arms. Buttocks. Calf muscles. Heels. Now bringing awareness to your breath. Feel that you are breathing in a lovely transparent bubble. Every time you breathe in, the bubble expands. And every time you breathe out, the bubble contracts. Now count the number of breaths backwards from 10 to 0. Be really mindful of each of your counts. So you're breathing in and out, and then you start from 10. I'm going to give you some silence in which to count yourself down from 10 to 0 after each exhale. Around about halfway. Coming towards 0. The whole body heavy and relaxed. And welcome to this inner love visualization. From this space of relaxation in your body, become aware of your heart. Right in the middle of your chest, the spiritual heart. Allow your mouth to remain closed and imagine that you're breathing in and out through your heart. Breathing slowly, becoming aware of each incoming and outgoing breath. Imagine the air that you're breathing is a golden color, like mist. And you're taking this golden mist into your body through the heart and spreading it about inside. Fill your body with this golden mist. Feel that every time you breathe in, you're warming and cleaning out your whole body with this mist. And it is bestowing on you many nourishing qualities. This golden breath gives you all forms of goodness, love, honesty, cooperation, understanding, peace, and happiness. As you breathe out, all the things you don't want or don't desire pass out from your body. Unhappiness, anger, meanness, hard-heartedness, dislikes. All these things are carried away by the golden mist. Now become aware of your heartbeat. You may even feel your heartbeat against the ground. Listen and feel the steady sound of your heart. Imagine that in your heart, the golden mist has formed into a very small golden egg. The golden egg breaks open, and there in your heart, sitting on a beautiful flower, is a tiny little being, the size of your thumb. This little being is surrounded by a cloud of bright light. It is sitting very still and silently and looking at you and sending you love and happiness. Let yourself be filled by its love. This beautiful being is sending you so much love. And the more it gives, the brighter its light becomes. It is giving you so much love that you cannot keep it all in. You must send it out to all other people. Think of your loved ones your family, your brothers and sisters and friends, communities, and humanity. Send this love out to them. Think of all the sick, unhappy, and lonely people in the world and send them this love. Think of all the people you do not like. Send out the love to them. Remember your closest ones and send them this love. The more love you send out, the more the little being in your heart fills you with love. Now become aware of the room in which you are sitting. Fill this room with the love that is within you. Fill this room with the love that is within you. Fill this room with the love that is within you. Now, seated in your heart space, plant a seed, a desire into this little being. Say it to yourself mentally in clear, simple words of affirmation. Repeat it 3 times and let it sink deep inside. It can be a desire or a affirmation, I am, or I wish, are beautiful ways to enter your affirmation. Now, swimming in that ocean of love, know that whatever is there that is resisting or contracting is human. And the deepest truth is love. We'll take a few minutes in Shavasana. I didn't cue the music earlier, but you may have remembered. My advice to you is to stay still and just bathe in whatever sounds are in your environment. It could be the sound of the traffic outside. It can be quite amazing to actually meditate to that. And using these sounds as spontaneous arisings of energy, like thoughts. They come and they go. Breathing into the radiance of your own heart, the most powerful organ. When it is connected to the higher mind. And we're resting in our emotional body. And breathing into the luminosity and the healing power of love, not to be underestimated. So we'll take a few minutes of silence, or you may be playing music. Just really resting in love. And the next time you hear my voice will be a very slow exit. Once again, my loves, become aware of the sounds that are in your field of awareness. Just let them drift into your field without seeking too much. Aware of the saliva in your mouth and give it a little swallow. It's a sign of relaxation when we have saliva in our mouth. To send a little bit of energy through your body, and of course you have the blessing of staying where you are. Just begin to spiral through your wrists, just like we did at the beginning of practice, and your ankles. And again, imagine that you're in this beautiful lukewarm lake water, maybe at the mountains, in a forest. That was actually my lived experience last summer. It was quite magical in the Bavarian mountains. And now begin to stretch yourself a little bit more awake if you choose to, reaching your arms up behind you now so they're grazing the ground, and breathing in, pointing your toes and holding your breath at the top and creating that tension once again. Hold your breath and then exhale. Let go. Curl yourself into a little ball and just roll from side to side, maybe bringing one knee in at a time. Perhaps happy baby is calling you again, just to round off the practice in like a beautiful cyclical way. And then to honor the solstice and to honor the eclipse of the moon, just rolling to the left side, honoring the yin energy, the feminine, the surrendered energy. Just taking a moment there to give yourself permission to feel. And tenderly, with the head facing the ground, begin to rise up to a seat, maybe your blankets around you. Just taking a moment here together. And placing one hand on your heart and the other hand on top. And just aligning the spine, so leaning back into that inner throne of the spine. And I'm just going to close the practice with a prayer from my heart to yours. May we all surrender to our deepest heart's healing. May we all manifest our deepest heart's desires. And may we know that we always deserve love, for we are love. Blessings, beautiful ones. So much love. That was interesting. Oh, it's Rowan. How lovely. Oh, missed you, babe. If you enjoyed the class, feed it back. If you want to stay in touch, I'm sure the studio can send you my details. If anyone wants to comment, I don't know what you guys do at the end. So lovely to be back with the yoga room community. I really love you guys. And if you are lying on your back and have fallen asleep, then I'm not going to judge you. I'll stay on for like another minute. Take it easy this weekend. There's a lot of energy going with these eclipses. Apparently it's really, really rare, this one. So I would say rest a lot. Don't know about you, but I've been sleeping a lot this week, just processing everything. Oh, thanks, Rowan. So lovely that you commented, you sweet soul. Well, I see you through the ether. Well, you can see me, but I can't see you, which is funny. Okay, I'm going to sign off. So much love, guys. Be so kind to yourselves. And I will see you next week. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.